Hello, everyone. This is Heroes of the Vale. We are joined by an amazing cast. We have TJ Storm as Keen. We have Hope Lavelle as Penelope Halfpint, Adam Bradford as Briv, Lauren Urban as Orkira, and Jen Kretschmer as Alindra. And we are the Heroes of the Vale. So, the last place we were, lots of wish spells were cast. Briv previously was dead from horrible injuries that he sustained from a god. Alindra wished that he had never been hit by that god in question, and so instead the god had hit Penelope Halfpint. So as they were standing over a grave for Briv Stillmarrow, suddenly Briv was alive, but Penelope Halfpint was dead. When Alindra then cast a wish spell to ask for guidance from an entity that meant them no harm, very soon after she was teleported to what appeared to be some realm in the Hells, where a pit fiend offered to make her a deal to bring back Penelope Halfpint as long as Alindra helped her fight some sort of evil. Alindra refused on moral grounds, which makes a lot of sense when you're talking to a devil. And Alindra was dismissed. At that point, an argument broke out between Briv and Alindra about the ethics of bringing a friend back or not, depending on who you were dealing with. And then Penelope Halfpint's soul was summoned by the Pit Fiend, and it asked if she would make the same exact deal. And Penelope Halfpint, as good-natured as she is, decided to make the deal and crawled her way out of her own grave. And so the floating castle city of Storm Herald came upon the Library of the Norn, where a weapon meant to destroy the goddess Ceranthus, or at least one capable of, existed. And you came down to that library in this ruined city, only to find every book had been burned, apparently by the followers of Ceranthus. And Orkira, however, found one book that seemed to respond to fire. And as she breathed flame onto that book, it became the domain of the Phoenix. A tome not only at how to worship the Phoenix, but also how to summon it. At the same time, Briv Stillmarrow was very focused on trying to find comics, yet again. And when has this never worked out well for us? And he found the Card of Ruin and the Deck of Many Things. And that is where we are in our adventure today. And so currently, everyone except for Keen is inside the library, surrounded by ash and the smell of burned books and knowledge, if knowledge has a smell when burned. And at this exact moment...
I wonder, is that smell that I'm smelling, is that knowledge or just leftover smoke? I can't tell.
It's both.
You know when you leave broccoli in the trash overnight?
Knowledge does not smell like broccoli. Knowledge smells like sandalwood and old leather and all of the best smells of old books.
It depends whose knowledge. I feel like Briv's is Drakkar Noir. That's the smell of Briv's knowledge.
Briv lets body spray all over him.
And there is so much of it.
At this exact moment,
Briv, you might want to shower.
Leaves stir and float into the library and start swirling for a moment, and a familiar green glow appears just off to the side of all of you. And Keen Deapreth appears out of nowhere. You've seen him leave the Feywild and appear in the material plane in a very similar way before.
Why have you surrounded yourself with dead trees? Why are we here? Is there something important here?
It
smells funny.
To come here.
Some Feywild Pepto-Bismol? Are you feeling better?
I feel much better. I had to get away from this place. It was the white meat. Never again. Never.
This is why I
again.
don't eat meat.
Never
King.
say never.
You told us to come here to find a weapon, and so we're here to look for the weapon, but it's already been... Well, this whole place has been destroyed by Serenthis already.
I told you to come here. When?
Yeah.
When you were
In
dead.
the future, when you were...
When is a really good question that we don't have enough time to answer right now. But
In about
I think-
50 years, 40 years?
but who's counting? Really? I think we found what we might be looking for, though. And she'll hold out the giant book, which she still hasn't opened, really. Like, she's just holding, not knowing what to do with it.
This is a weapon?
Briv says, I found some trading cards. And then he
Oh,
puts
like a
them in
game?
his pocket.
Who do you trade them with?
Any of us recognize those?
I need Alindra and Orkira and Keen to all make perception checks. Or Arcana, whichever is higher.
Oh, I'm doing perception
So
for sure.
that would be a 27.
9.
Yeah.
I got a
You do
21
remember you're not
perception.
level 20 anymore, right?
Yes, I have a plus 10 to my Arcana, and I rolled a 17.
The
You
21
immediately
perception.
see something suspicious about what Briv is sticking into his pocket.
Briv, may I see those, please?
I found them.
I will send my mage hand out and pluck them out of his pocket.
Oh.
Thou shalt try.
So sleight of hand versus. What is this versus?
Yes.
It's a grapple
Briv is
check.
simply going. So I can see the mage hand because
Yeah.
it's visible, and I have seen
it's a
her
hard
do
one to
this
work.
before. So ultimately, I'm going to see that she's trying to magically violate me, and I am going to simply. I'm going to simply say, no need for all of this. I mean, I can let thou seest it, but I want them back and in mint condition.
All right, I'll be cautious with them, but we need to take a look at anything we're taking from here. This is a library of ancient knowledge.
Thou dost know
And
that we
that could be powerful
adventure
weapons.
and pillage things all the time, right?
We've had a discussion before about theft and ownership. Yes? We may need to sit down and have that conversation again.
I don't see anyone here that could own any of this.
Yes, this is not theft, but we've been told there's a very dangerous weapon here. So, it's possible. I don't know
And thou
why anyone would
thinkest
store
that
it in
my
trading
cards are
cards.
dangerous.
Let's
Very
take a look
well.
at them.
Very well.
And I take out, I see what he has.
Wait, you take the deck of many things from his hands.
Well, I have my mage hand holding it right now.
Okay, yeah, you see that it's the deck of
Yes,
many
sorry.
things.
What do I know about the deck of many things?
Oh,
we've
it's so
encountered-
bad. Number one,
card.
yeah, it is.
Four.
Well, it makes Wish seem like a real fun time. The deck of many things. So it is a magical item renowned for the chaos it brings. Each card has a different effect, depending on what
Seems-
entity is bound to that card.
Perfectly fitting that this is the thing that Briv would take. Briv.
What dost thou mean by that?
Well, you do tend to have unexpected, unintended consequences wherever you go.
What
Wait,
is
what
it?
is it?
This is called the Deck of Many Things. It's an ancient artifact. It is well known for creating chaos, good and bad.
Wait a second.
Entities are tied to each of the cards here, and they are spectacularly powerful.
This is what
most
the
of
royal
great-
court plays cards with in their Feywild. This is great danger. I would
This
not
is-
mess with it if I were you. Only the royals can handle it, and even they lose often.
Keen, why
Isn't
does this
this-
sound so familiar?
This
It
is the
is the
thing we were
thing-
sent to go after with Ruin. Remember, we had to go. He gave us a card, and then he said
Is
it was
there
part
more
of a
than
deck.
one? deck of many things? Because wasn't that deck in the Ninterville?
This is how we lost our friend,
I remember that.
the warlock.
But that was back in the Ninterville. How is it here?
Maybe the same way we are.
It is as powerful as artifacts get.
Wait a minute. Did you pull any of these cards?
Brave.
Are thou talking to me?
Yes,
Brave.
you have the cards. Did you pull any out?
There was already one out of the deck.
I step back further.
I step back as well.
Which card is
What's a
that?
card? Nothing to be scared of.
Wait. That's the one that we created when we defeated Ruin. Look, it's got the same stuff on it. Remember, it was blank.
How is that
and then-
possible? Where
It's the
are
same way
we?
we're possible. I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe there's more than one deck, and this is a different deck.
I take a
You
closer
hear
look
the
at this
sound
card.
of a war horn from Storm Herald.
Is this one we're familiar with, like one of ours?
Yes, it's one of yours.
I run to Storm Herald.
We have to get back.
I must
grab-
return.
I retrieve the deck from the mage hand.
Okay.
Do you
All
All
know
right,
how
everyone
to-
runs out.
Yeah, give
uh,
it on a griffin.
I would like to put an arcane lock on it if I can. I don't have it memorized today. I don't think. I don't have it memorized today, so
Okay.
I can't. Tomorrow, I would like to put an arcane lock on it, so Briv
Just
cannot
sneak into
open it.
Briv's
Yes.
Briv's bedroom and find items that need an arcane lock on them.
Thou thinkest that
I
I
do
could not break through thou arcane lock.
Yes, I do indeed. I do not want Briv like casually
Challenge
just flipping through
accepted.
for fun and pulling a card. We don't need that kind of trouble. So if you are insistent on taking this with us, which perhaps is a wise idea to keep things out of the hands of others,
Of course it is.
I think we need to take strong precautions, the strongest of precautions.
Briv, I think
The-
you
the
found this
danger-
because you need to
Guys?
protect this.
The horn?
And
Yeah.
I got the
When
book.
we
Let's go.
detected magic, in here earlier, what else pinged? That was there anything else that was spectacularly strongly powerful that pinged?
Yes. When you cast Detect Magic, you also found a strange talisman. Almost like the face
is
of
it
a
an
demon.
Ouroboros? Oh, okay.
No. But it is some kind of talisman that is in the face of a demon. Also, when you cast Detect Magic, the entire ceiling lit up.
I will
And-
look up.
There are glowing blue. There are all sorts of not only runes, but also pictographs of clearly showing the world with only one sun. And then in the next one, there are two suns. The next one, the original sun, is gone, completely disappeared. And in place of that is this new sun, this weird, pale, fiery sun.
So is this like a triptych, or is it 3 panels, or is it a dome?
It's a bit like 3
ceiling?
panels. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very much pictographs and like symbols of people like in fear of the new sun. And there are runes as well.
Okay. What kind of magic was pinging off of that?
Not anything specific. It was hidden. It was specifically hidden
Okay.
so the others wouldn't see it. And
So it's
these
showing-
seems like the writings of some sort of prophecy.
Okay. I will. Or Kira, look here. And I pointed out to her.
She's like cradling the book. She's listening to the horns. She's like, yeah, good son, bad son, even worse son. Yeah, we should go. And she's going to start to run after Keen.
And the demon's talisman, what kind of magic pinged off of that?
Very bad. Like what in terms of what Do you
The
put it on?
School of Bad.
The School of Bad.
Do I put it on?
You know,
No.
Avron's School of
absolutely
Bad.
Every bad.
Just roll
It's the
like
domain of
cigarettes,
bad.
roll sleeves.
I mean,
yeah.
I can identify at will. So can I identify on it?
You can identify it well.
Yeah, it's part of being a cleric. I don't have to memorize it. So
Unexpected day. Give me 1 second.
While all of this is happening, as soon as I can get outside, will touch the weave through the Eladrin ways of magic. I will throw my glaive into the sky, and it will turn into a falcon. And my familiar will show me what is in the area so that I can see why the horns are blowing. It can get there faster than I can to storm Herald.
Well, that's amazing. So you do so. You grab the spear, and you notice your spear is far more powerful than was before, and looks different. When you were in the Feywild,
my spear?
yeah, there are writings and words inscribed onto your glaive, and what's strange about it is that it's your writing.
Huh?
And you can feel that the glaive is more powerful now.
I will examine this shortly. First, we must see to the people. But I want to know what that power is.
Identify. You discover that you are in the possession of the talisman of the sphere.
of the sphere.
Yes.
PH. What is that?
The sphere of annihilation.
Oh, snap. Okay. Good times. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Keen, as you walk outside and you throw... Now, are you throwing a spear or are you throwing your glaive? Which
the
one?
glaive. It will return to my hand, but I throw the glaive just as the focal point of my spell. I can resummon
Alright,
it immediately.
Okay, I get it. So it turns into a falcon?
Yes. A familiar.
Okay, the falcon goes up into the air, and as you've done this, you didn't notice them immediately. But surrounding the library and completely around Storm Herald on the ground appear to be maybe undead, maybe some type of Shadowfell monstrosities, twisted and strange. Many of them are wearing the clothes of villagers, but some of their eyes are too large, their teeth too big. Some of them are too long. You know, a man wearing a top hat is actually 8 feet tall, only as if he had been stretched. These are all almost caricatures of what normal life looks like.
I skid to a stop and I reverse directions. I get back into the library and slam the door shut. What distance are they at?
They were not approaching. They were standing perfectly still. They're about 30 feet away from the door.
That is not far at all.
What is it?
Get in! Back in!
What?
They're in.
And I
Is that
tell
your
them
bird?
exactly.
What's going on? I don't understand.
I tell them exactly what I have seen, exactly as you explained.
I take out the griffin call that is slightly broken now, and just, and it makes a little bit of a weird sound, but I am trying to get Spiral in here with me before everybody.
Well, the door is shut, but do you do it anyways?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not leaving Spiral out there.
Okay. So you hear what clearly is a beak, because it almost sounds like the world's biggest woodpecker just going over and over again without any social constructs. It's just over and over and over again.
I
open the door?
Open the doors. I am ushering Spiral inside.
Spiral just jumps in, knocks you on your back, and puts its claws on you and does its best bird attempt at a lick on the face.
While he does that, Okira's gonna, after hearing Keen describe these creatures, she's gonna walk on over to the door and peer out and see them for herself. Do they look like the same Shadowfell creatures that we encountered in the town that Ruin destroyed?
Yes.
And they're still just standing there.
What's
Yes.
happening?
So we find the card that we were originally sent to use to destroy Ruin. And in that same town were a bunch of these Shadowfell creatures who were being people. And now we find that card, and those people are here.
Penelope's gonna walk out the door, and she's gonna just speak to the crowd and say,
This is Penelope, Princess Penelope, the mender. That is what I do. Do you remember me?
And I'll follow her.
She is a princess. We have to do what she says. She's the princess.
Oh my god.
Hello, friends.
Does anyone else do anything in the library? Do you try to like inscribe runes, anything like that before you leave?
I'm following Penelope.
I think is any of this ground desecrated?
No.
Because I would like to consecrate it, if we can.
Okay.
Does anyone else find it odd that there is a collection of these objects out of legend? This, and I wrap it in cloth and hold up the talisman, controls the sphere of annihilation. If
doesn't
that is
sound
the
very
sort of
friendly.
thing that is in play, we are dealing with forces of a cataclysmic scale.
Well,
Riv is
Okira kind of
holding the
unconsciously-
things.
I've got this, and Okira holds out the book. She's been kind of unconsciously like hugging, and looks back
May I-
at.
Oh, I was going to try and identify on the book and see if it registered as
Yeah.
anything specific.
Yeah, go for it.
Well,
Here.
it is very specifically magical in the sense that it cannot be destroyed by fire. In fact, fire actually just causes it to regenerate.
like a phoenix.
While all of this is going on, I, number one, want to think about how Penelope has gotten so incredibly brave overnight. One moment I'm throwing up, and next she is talking to the undead. Second, I will take my falcon and have it look for one particular face in the crowd. I am looking for the one named Avram. Is Avram among them?
You don't see him.
Why would you look for Avram?
Hmm, just they thought.
He was laid to rest.
I hope
He
so.
wants his gold back.
Penelope,
I am.
ask what they're all doing here.
My people, what are you doing here? What has brought you to us?
You said we could leave. You said we could leave, so we left.
I'm so proud of you. I really am. You did it. But tell me, how did you get here?
He brought us here. He told us he could leave, that you could leave with him.
Who told you this?
Our king.
You mean King Avram?
Yes. Naevrin is a king. You are the heroes of the Vale. Riv is a commander. He's a general. He commands.
Thou decidest to come and find us with thine freedom?
Yes.
Why?
Thou needest a hobby.
Should we have a hobby? What hobbies should we have?
Telling us why you wanted to come see us.
Don't say cards. Do not say cards. Don't say it.
Dost thou play cards?
No.
Oh, jeez. That's the quickest game of
Oh.
poker ever.
I am the innkeeper. I play many card games. Innkeeper steps forward. May I play? Would you like to play a game?
Have
Your
a seat.
princess says that you cannot play. Commander Brief, not now.
Penelope always spoiling my fun.
No. Pretty sure this is the first time, but okay. Orkira, what do we do?
Sorry, I'm just getting ready for the side adventure that was about to happen. I was just trying to sweat.
Oh, don't let go of that thought just yet. But we still need to find out why and how they came here. It can't be a
Innkeeper.
coincidence.
Wait,
What is your purpose here?
didn't the horn sound at Storm Herald? Do we yet know what the matter was?
Well,
We just assumed it was this.
whereas the
That's
village
yeah.
only was of a certain size that had Shadowfell in it, there are now at least 10,000 beneath in the shadow of Storm Herald.
And they're all
How
these
did they
Shadowfell
do that?
creatures?
Yes.
Keen, is Storm Herald empty?
I'm looking. I look through the Falcon's eyes and see what is the focal point of the people in Storm Herald.
Everyone in Storm Herald is fine. Everyone is calling out, kind of screaming, a little intense, manning the battlements, but no one's attacked them, so they haven't attacked back. Everyone is deeply concerned, but everyone seems to be fine, and there's no sign of any of the Shadowfell creatures on Storm Herald itself.
Keen,
Do
what
the
dost thou see
people-
with thy bird's eyes?
The people of Storm Herald are aware of the shadows, but they are not under attack. They are prepared for battle. Are the people in the shadow of Storm Herald aware of Storm Herald?
Oh yeah, they're aware, but they're all staring at you. All of you.
I tell everyone this.
Mm. Innkeeper, where is your king?
He said he is up there. In your giant rock.
Penelope's gonna jump on to that
Yeah.
little
I get
Griffin,
on
I'm just-
spiral.
Let's go.
Come on, Minnie Mook, let's go.
As they fly
What?
off,
I named my little griffin Minnie Mook.
of course. That's the best. Oh no.
Couldn't just let that
When
one.
did-
You can't just say something like that and expect everyone to continue.
I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets it.
As they ride off towards Storm Herald, Orkira's gonna look back at the assemblage and say, "How did you get here?"
He brought us. He knew a way.
Did he say why you wanted to come here?
No.
Did
He doesn't
you
talk
know?
very much.
I would imagine. She'll look back over at Alindra and say, I don't know what the more pressing thing is to do right now.
Nor do I. The ceiling doesn't have a panel that's a fourth panel, right? There's no alternative to the first sun being destroyed that I see.
Ooh. Yes, there's a fourth panel. There is. At first, it looks like an orb, but there's kind of like a shimmer on it, which a sun wouldn't have. And it shows someone holding it and crushing it in their hands, kind of like there's a crack in the center of a sphere. And then there's some kind of a symbol of explosion, of apocalypse. You're not quite sure. You can't tell if this is a good thing or a bad thing necessarily.
Okay.
As you looked deeper at the runes, I need you to make an Arcana check since you're looking at them again.
Okay. So that's a 20.
I mean, why have Arcana skill checks anymore? I'm not complaining. I'm just like, you're just like, and that's a 20.
What she's built for. That's what she's good at.
I've been built for Arcana. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So you realize it's not a sun. The second sun isn't a sun at all. As you peer deeper at the runes, they glow. And in Primordial, it says hell. The second sun isn't a sun. It's a gateway to hell.
As Alindra has these revelations, Okira will turn to Keen and go, she's thinking, should we follow them or do we stay here?
When did Penelope get a griffin? Where did the griffins come from? Why does he have a griffin? He is calling things, and what is it? Mookamoke? Mini Mook? Mini Mochi? What is going on? I feel very lost.
I totally understand. And when we have more time, I'll let you know what's been going on. For the moment, there are 2 issues we need to deal with. I'm not sure which way we should go.
2 issues.
I'm sorry, what?
I think we have more than 2 issues.
Sure, why not? When's that ever stopped us from having more issues? What now?
So this, and I point to it. So this clearly is where we started, and then this is what we thought was Saranthus opening the second sun in the world, and that's hell.
That is a ball.
We are in a portal to hell. Or we're near one, and it's going to unleash.
Okay. Is it here now?
So, not yet, I don't think.
Well, then we really only have these 2 issues to deal with. Should we go where everybody else is going? Because apparently Avram is here with
the
everybody,
second sun is the portal.
Does it say that on the wall?
Yes.
Can I read that?
Yeah, if you make an Arcana check.
You read Primordial?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, if you don't know Primordial, then...
My Arcana is a 5. So, there. That said...
So this is clearly the solution. The first, there was a very evil sun, a mean, bad sun. And then a second happy, good sun appeared and righted all the wrongs and everything was great.
I like the happy
you as
sun.
Keen think this is a very suspicious translation. So you think you might be wrong on all of this. Yeah.
Also, small question for everyone since we're alone. Is no one concerned that Penelope went and made a deal with some sort of hell creature and now is commanding the forces of undead?
Wait.
Well, they're technically not undead. They're first off, they're right here. Second off, they're not undead. They're the Shadowfell creature. Well, you weren't there for that. They're like Shadowfell creatures. Third,
I was there for that. I was the one who initially told them they could leave.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You know, that was like 1,000 years ago. I forget things.
Mistake.
But
big mistake.
no, it's all right. One thing at a time. Maybe they can help us. But shouldn't we be concerned about Briv and Penelope heading to Storm Herald? I mean, this place has been here for, it seems like a really long time. It'll be here in another 5 minutes.
We must return to Storm Herald. In the meantime, could you explain how Penelope made a deal with Hell?
I think
Yes,
Penelope
so-
has to explain that.
Let's go. Happy sun.
Let's go.
Goodbye.
All right, everyone
And
I will
flies to
message
Storm Herald.
Queen and explain what happened because I right now am not trusting Penelope's side of the story.
Okay. All right. All of the griffins land on Storm Herald. Penelope Halfpint and Briv Steelmarrow land first.
Briv starts shouting out commands to people that he assumes are at battle stations.
Yeah.
And he is just saying, stay thou hand, do not attack. I'm trying to make sure that someone does not provoke a terrible incident at Storm Herald right now. by
Yeah,
attacking
you
this
saw a
pool
few
of people.
squires. In fact, you have a squire now at this point, and he was had an itchy trigger finger, like covered in sweat, wondering what to do at this point. So everyone, go ahead and roll. Sir, roll a charisma check and persuasion.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
In
Did
the
you say
meantime-
everyone or Briv?
Just for Briv.
Yeah, okay. Well, that is an 11.
It's serviceable. Yeah. You didn't start a war. But yeah. I mean,
I just want them to stop. I don't care about how couth it was.
yeah, it's not. I mean, I wouldn't say that Briv is like top tier management. Like he hasn't gone through all the training that you have to go through. but he nailed it.
But he has commanded on the field of battle, and he goes back
Absolutely.
and just kind of smacks Edwin behind his ears.
Edwin, your squire.
Edwin,
All right, adding this to
thou
your
hast
job,
to
Edwin.
stay thine hand.
Okay,
Edwin. I love it.
I love it. I love people naming their creatures and their squires and
You
whatnot.
just call my squire a creature. I love it.
The Falcon is looking for
My
Avram
worldview
in
is
the
not so
meantime.
great. Okay, what is
Penelope's
the Falcon
also
doing?
looking for
Looking
Avram.
for Avram after Penelope as well.
Flo appears one of the like a vent, and its eyes kind of twirling in its tentacles.
You may want to go to the kitchen. Things are weird.
Thank thee, Flo.
Yes, thank you, Flo.
You're welcome.
Go stay with Edwin.
Come on, Briv. I'll run off to the kitchen.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank thee, Flo.
All right, everyone heads to the
Always
kitchen.
time for pleasantries.
Why
Always.
do you have all the cute animal friends? I'm the druid here.
Perhaps nature likes me more than thee.
All right, everyone runs to the kitchen. You just see the line chef, the kobold, just inside of a cabinet, slowly closing the door on himself,
And
seeming to be afraid.
Do we see anything
Stay
else?
right there. Hast thou seen a ghostly creature?
Outside of the cabinet door, this little clawed kobold finger is like pointing over there, and you see a skeleton, glowing blue, just kind of wandering around the kitchen, trying to drink out of wine. And as it's drinking out of a wine bottle, the wine is pouring out of its rib cage. He drops the bottle, smashes it, and grabs another one. I don't know why this isn't working. This is very frustrating.
Avram, stop it. Thou art
What?
wasting all the good wine.
Avram, is that you?
Well, I wouldn't call it good.
Oh
Yes.
my god,
The
it's
best we
Avram.
have.
Avram,
How's everyone
how-
doing?
How are
You
you?
let us know when the rest of us arrive. I don't know if we've arrived.
Oh yeah, the
Nippins
rest
as
of you
always.
arrive, and Flo also directs you to head to the kitchen.
Avram, we buried you.
Yeah, thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate it.
What are
So
you doing here?
that's a long story. I died.
Yeah.
Okay, there's more to the story than that. So I died, and these very kind folk from the Shadowfell have apparently very strong held beliefs, and they made me their king. And also sort of brainwashed me into believing I was their king as well. And I really wasn't myself. I couldn't really think. I wasn't really anything until, well, about, I would say, 8 hours ago?
You feel normal again.
Yes, I don't know how long that's going to last, though. But we'll
Thou
see.
dost not look normal.
Is he
No,
undead?
this is part of my backup plan in case I was to ever perish. So, yeah.
Is he undead?
What did you do?
Oh, yeah. He's undead.
Okira just looks really sad.
Avram, why are you here?
Well, I am here because someone cast a wish spell. I'm not
You're gonna have to be more
pointing
specific.
any fingers. But someone apparently wanted guidance, and so now I'm here.
You're giving us guidance?
You're the one who's here.
He keeps trying to drink wine, and it keeps pouring like down his
Briv goes
collarbone and out of his
forcibly
ribs.
tries to take it out of his hand.
No! What are you doing?
I did ask for one with more wisdom than us.
Well, that's rude.
I'm watching the wine spill.
Listen,
This
the
is
next
all
time
going to
you're
be
dead, you let me know how well you adapt to your situation. And anything's worth trying once, or 3 times, or 5 times.
Are you sure
About what?
about being undead and trying it 3 or 5 times?
I've been dead before, yeah. Generally, mostly unpleasant. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for most people. I've grown semi-accustomed to it, but yeah.
No, dead is fine. It's the undead I have a problem with.
Okay, it's still me. It's just
And that's
a
what makes
little-
it worse.
A little spookier than, normal.
This isn't spooky, this is sad.
I'm not sad. I'm actually quite jovial, other than the fact that I can't drink any of this terrible wine. That's the tragedy in this entire situation.
Avram,
Yes?
I kept this for you.
And she opens her pouch and pulls out the pistol. And
Oh
hands
my
it.
god. And he kind of spins it around his finger and puts it into his pocket.
I tried to keep the locket, but apparently it belonged to this robot person. So he said it wasn't yours, so I gave it to him.
Yeah, that'd be Rend.
Yes.
How did you run into Rend?
I thought his name was Adam.
You're not the only one with a long story.
We also ran into Vordred. He says hello. Kind of.
I hate.
Dost thou knowest his real name?
Yes, his real name is Vordred. I can. How do I put this? It was a simpler time, full of simpler people.
Yes, I think we got that.
Yeah.
He has a ball pit now, it's okay.
I don't know if that's made things better or worse. But good to know. So I take it you've been to the my bag
Yes.
of devouring, right? Okay. Well, sorry
that's
about that.
yours.
What was that?
That was yours?
Yes. I mean, if there was a Vordred in it, but I don't know 2 Vordreds. I mean, it's not a commonly used name now.
It's a made-up one.
Avram.
That's what got us into this whole mess, Avram.
All of this sucks, but we need to get information. And I feel like Okira at this point will want to sit Keen and Avron down and then like montage through an explanation of all the stuff that's happened in the last 4
Yeah.
episodes. Like,
Okay.
here's how we
The whole
got eaten by
time-
the.
He tries
Yeah.
to drink coffee or tea. He seems like horribly thirsty. He tries to chew on a bagel. just not quite getting it.
And
Is
meanwhile,
there
we're
any
just
white
like,
meat left?
oh, nah, please, no. One thing, no. And yeah, we just bag world. 5 years later, 20 years later, Keen dying, the whole thing, the being in the pocket dimension, the wishes, the Saranthus, the doodle-doo. We just tell the whole story to everybody.
He's at the sink now, washing kind of flesh off of his fingers. Oh, this is hard to get off. Well, that sounds like a big adventure, and one too many wishes, I would expect. So
Only one?
yeah. Well, congrats on everyone being alive, sort of now. Good job.
Avram, are you here to join us again? We've been working very hard on becoming heroes and fixing the Ninterville and all of the worlds that we've come to, and it would be great to have you back.
I have a lot of things I need to get done, but like I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. But you all seem to be doing fine on your own.
Shouldn't you be concerned with moving on?
No, I don't move on.
Why?
I don't.
You don't
That's the whole
want
point.
to?
No, I
The whole
don't.
point of what?
It's a complicated. I don't think you're quite ready for the answer for this one. But I was summoned here for guidance.
Instead, in alternate dimensions, watched a realm essentially destroyed, watched the end of the world, fought a god. I think we're ready for some explanations.
Well, so right. Okay, where do I start? There was a war with the gods. Very long time ago. And this has nothing to do really with me so much as the people of this world were very powerful, very learned, and not all the gods were happy. Many of the wizards, the artificers, warlocks, sorcerers had become very powerful and actually unlocked the secrets to potentially ascending. Some of the gods were not happy with this, chiefly Saranthus. And she began a purge of anyone who had any knowledge, who could read anything, to make sure that this never happened again, that entities that were not gods or their servants could ever become this powerful again. Most of the gods disagreed with her, but one by one, she assassinated them. In the end, it took the last of the wizards and the magic users to trap Saranthus. She had already created the Ocean of the Dead. She had already destroyed a world before this one. And so we trapped her in a sphere where no one could find her and she couldn't even find herself. In the end, almost all of the wizards, all the magic users, all the sorcerers died except for 4 of us. Myself, Rend, Whittle, and Roar Tuvian.
Well, we've met all of those people.
Well, we haven't met Whittle yet. We just know of her.
Oh, that's right. She wasn't there.
So how did Saranthus escape?
Okay, so is anyone in the room? Anyone else Do we
The
trust
chef.
everyone on Storm Herald?
Okira will look back at Thrax in the cupboard and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Thrax, you might want to go take a break."
Who is Thrax?
That's
The
the winged
kobold.
kobold.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be.
Never
I'm
knew his name.
gonna go get a smoke. Splats out.
I could create a Lehman's tiny hut so we could have this conversation privately and safely.
Okay. So you create a hut in the middle of the kitchen?
Yep.
Knives,
While she's doing
forks,
that-
tables go everywhere.
Yeah. We'll move
Yeah.
stuff out. As she's casting that, we'll move stuff out of the way, and Okira will look over at Keen and go, "How are you taking all this? I told you it was complicated and gonna take some time."
I am in my winter. It is the reminder of the passing of my friend that has put me in this place. I have learned that I have died, and I have learned that a friend that has died has returned. I do not know if this shadow of my friend is real or not, but I do feel the loss again. I will listen, but I will keep my distance.
Keen, do not mourn. You and I have many more adventures in the future. Trust me. There is nothing to feel sad about. You have done everything in honor. You have nothing to feel guilty about.
He is, I will imagine, everything that the Feywild is not. He is
Very
a
true.
drab shadow of death and the past. So I do not understand what it is that I am looking at, but I do not yet trust it. I do
know
not
what I'm
say
looking
this.
at, and it just makes
And I
me
didn't
sad.
trust Avron in life, so it's odd to
Yeah, it's
have
kind
him
of a,
providing guidance. I'm not. I asked for guidance, and I got a demon, and I got an undead creature who I didn't even trust in life. Not the results I was hoping for.
It's a monkey's paw, man.
Yeah, hardcore.
This is why we need to lay off the wishes for a while.
Oh, I'm done, and have been for quite a while.
Tell me exactly
Or
the powers of the
2
tiny hut.
hours.
Lehman's tiny hut is 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside. Creatures inside within the dome, when you cast a spell, can move it through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside. And it's opaque from the outside, but it's transparent from the inside, and I can command the interior to be whatever. I have a mood lighting control over the interior of the tiny hut.
Well, the skeletal form of Avron's still glowing blue, and he's still carrying his greatsword. And when you look at his skeletal form now, you can see that there's actual metal. Some of the bones have been replaced by actual metal bones. And there's some parts where it almost looks like gears and wires have been attached to various parts of his body, especially like his back. This is all done previously, this is not posts. This is just something that was inside of him all along. So you see a lot of copper, a lot of brass, some other types of metals, all that have been kind of attached to him. Perhaps
Is it
even
similar
enhanced him.
Is it similar to Rend at all? It's sort of
Certainly the same
sneaking.
technology, but not necessarily Rend.
Interesting.
But this seems like the work of an artificer.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did everyone want to know again? I'm sorry, I'm just drunk from all this wine I can't drink.
We were
How
continuing
Saranthus
the story.
escaped.
She didn't. We captured her. She can't get out. But the more followers that she gets, the more likely that she will break out. So as the ocean of the dead grows, her power grows.
Well, how do we stop the growing of the army?
You destroy it. Well,
How?
I would recommend destroying the ones you can't save.
How many
They're
can we
undead. How do
save?
you save any of them? And Okira will say that, giving Avram a very pointed look.
Sarantha's made a deal. Since all the gods weren't on board, she made a deal to create a contagion that would grant her an unlimited amount of followers, whether they had the choice or not. That's what the Ocean of the Dead is. They worship her existence. They allow her to continue to be a divine creature. They still have a choice, but almost all of them eventually break down and give in. They're the source of her power. Her power is coming from the Ocean of the Dead. Her former
it sounds
world,
simplistic,
those
but-
dead are completely lost. They have completely are devout worshippers of her. The dead who are still here on this world, I suspect they might be able to be cured.
Cured of worship to her, or cured of undeath?
Cured of undeath.
How?
Wait,
Well, you may have to see a demon.
Which demon?
I don't know his name, but she made a deal with a Sibriex, creature that can warp flesh, that helped invent this disease, this contagion, to help her convert followers. But he's not in this realm.
How do you travel? In life, you
How do I-
were able to. You were able to guide, to create portals, to bring us between realms. You brought me into the Vale, and then using what you had in your pockets, we brought ourselves here.
You might say I made a deal, or rather, someone made a deal with me. So, yes. Well, I'll never tell. I tricked someone a very long time ago.
well then will you help us get to this realm? So that we can stop Saranthus?
Well, the timeline of this world has slightly been altered since everyone has been casting wish spells like they were giving out bagels.
But someone left a bag of devouring and lying around in a realm
Well,
where
that
they weren't-
wasn't me. I don't remember where I left it. I usually kept it inside the hollow hilt of my gun. So,
So it was Penelope.
You can't prove that.
Whatever the reason, we did what we thought was the right thing to do at the time.
I
How
need.
can
Now we can do it all
Exactly.
over again because we have more time.
You don't. That's the problem. There is a moment that happens every few hundred years. It's called the conjunction. And normally, it wasn't due. But because the weave has been so disturbed, it's happening in a matter of days.
Days?
Yes,
What
the
was
More
grand
time than we
conjunction.
had
This weave.
before.
What does the weave do? I mean, no, wait.
The weave is
Conjunction.
magic. The conjunction. Well, a long time ago, there was a big lizard. We called him Jormungandr, or the World Serpent, and he tore through the many worlds at a rapid pace. And in those places, the weave is still weak. And on occasion, the grand conjunction takes place, and all of the portals align to all of the many worlds in the multiverse. This is usually a super fun time for me because I get to do all sorts of pranks to everybody all across the universe. However, if the Ocean of the Dead are there and spread to
They
every
will be
world,
there. Then we're in big trouble because Xanthus's power will grow astronomically. Fantastic.
We've wasted so much time. Years and years and years, and now we only have days? What are we supposed to do?
We didn't waste all that time. We have the days we have because we worked all of those years. If we had done nothing, we would not even be here. And what originally happened would happen, which is Xanthus would win.
Huzzah.
Xanthus cannot win. Avram,
So,
what do we
Avram,
do?
I grow weary of all this jibber jabber. What is
yeah,
it
I do too.
that we can do to either cure the dead or to destroy them? Lay it out clearly.
I've put all my cards on the table, so to speak. Certainly, I'm sure you have as well, Briv Steelmarrow.
I have not. I have these cards.
Oh, I remember. So here's the deal. You need to figure out basically how to kill the Ocean of the Dead somehow, and then you can destroy Xanthus when you...
I thought thou wert smart.
I am.
Why dost thou not know how to destroy them?
Well, I've been dead, and I just woke up. So, give me a minute. I haven't had my coffee. But there's one thing you need to know.
Will.
I know how to destroy undead. I'm very good at destroying undead.
Need
In
everyone
fact,
to be calm.
I kind of
need everyone
like
not to-
destroying undead. The problem is there's more of them than I think I can destroy before it's time. So unless there's more clerics out there that we can rally, we need to come up with something else.
Oh, Okira, hence thou summoned the giant bird, the fire bird.
The
I
Phoenix?
don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
Why?
Because the last time I saw it, it destroyed everything.
This is exactly what we're looking for, Okira.
Yes.
Do we want it to destroy us?
No, we'll
And
hide in some
innocents here?
protected pocket. We'll be in the
There
little
are
hut.
innocents here, Briv.
Take the innocents with us. Can't you make a bigger hut?
Briv, there are innocents all over this world.
Not the last time I was aware. I thought half of it
There
was
are
taken
9
over by
cities
these
at
dead.
least. No, there are cities all over.
They all roll.
even-
Get them to roll where we are. Put them all in some giant hut. Protect everyone while the Phoenix cleanses
Can't do
everything.
that. Avram, you said there was
I
one thing
feel
you
like
needed
thou
to know.
art focusing on what cannot be done instead of what could be done.
There is
Okay,
one thing
before-
apparently we need to know, Briv. Let's find out what it is.
I need everyone not to panic.
It's too late for that.
So I take it you've run into Rar.
Yes.
When we last fought Xanthus, she struck him, twisted him, changed him into something else, and that is probably what you saw of Rar. He was going to be tasked with protecting where we captured her. We wanted to make sure it was a place that she and her followers could never find. A place that was mobile, away from the ground.
No.
Xanthus is here.
Here where?
On
In the
Stormhound.
bowels, in the dungeons of Storm Herald.
That's good. Then we're here. And we can just destroy Xanthus and everything will go away, right? The all the dead. This is good.
She might be too powerful for you right now.
She also knows
She
everywhere
is
to go.
locked away.
She doesn't know that she's in Storm Herald. She can't see outside of it. She can't see anyone, and no one can see inside at her. She suspects, but she doesn't know it's Storm Herald.
How much memory do I have of the spells that I knew back when I...
You remember all of the spells that you've ever had. You just don't
I just don't remember how
the art
to
of
cast them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awful, and you've probably been experiencing an awful, I would say almost like trauma, having something ripped out of you, especially knowledge. So it's not a good feeling.
No, it's not. And it was not my choice. If I could just... There's something... there was a way to create a demi-plane, and I can't remember the incantation for it. Would that be a way to keep her separate?
I think the only solution at this point is to kill her. If you can. Or at least, if you kill her, she won't be on this plane of existence anymore.
How do you kill her?
By destroying the ocean of the undead, which a giant fire destruction bird could do for us.
Did one of you
Rev.
control...
Rev, I would love nothing more. Except, how do you convince a giant fiery phoenix not to destroy us all?
Giant fiery phoenix flies here. Storm Herald with all the innocents, as Alindra calls them, flies here.
If we can't
And giant
fit
firebird
9
destroys
cities.
everything underneath it.
And how do you convince it not to come after us as well?
You could do it, Okira.
Me?
I believe in you.
That makes one of us. Listen, I've wanted to find this thing, but to ask it questions, not ask it to destroy the world. I've seen how powerful this thing is. It destroyed everything the
So thou
last time it
thinkest
showed
that
up.
it's going to sit still and let you ask it questions.
Exactly. It's going to show up. And she'll look at Avron when she says this. And destroy the world.
He's odd,
I mean, it's a little column A, a little column B, but right. It's not the worst idea, Briv.
I'm willing to entertain suggestions for how to ask it nicely.
But I
Maybe
will
it's
say
inside the
that the
book.
people, the dead that are here on this world might still be saved.
And
this
how
world?
do we save the dead?
Oh, he doesn't know. He's not smart enough to tell us that.
I
You
would
have
say
to go
probably-
talk to a devil.
Yeah.
I know a devil.
A devil or a demon?
Oh, wait, what?
Fiendish. More like a pile of goo.
Oh.
And chains and mouths. So, depends on what you want to define it as.
Does it offer contracts?
Is this the Sybil Rex? Is this what thou said?
Yes,
Sibrex.
the Sibrex.
Sybil Rex.
Well,
Sybil
It's been
Rex.
real.
Tomato, tomato.
It's been great getting together with everyone and hanging out. I really appreciate seeing everybody.
No,
What?
you're not leaving.
Well, I was going to. Yeah,
No.
I've
You
performed
haven't helped.
the wish.
You have to tell us how to destroy.
No, you
Sven-
gave us information. You didn't give us guidance.
I guided you to where Saranthus is. I can give you the key to open the door.
The Sibriax.
And is this a sort of situation? I haven't dealt much with demons, devils. or hellscapes, because apparently hell is intruding on the world, which is fantastic because it's been a wonderful few days.
Well, it's worse, a little bit worse than that, because the fact that that is a portal to hell up there is draining the sun. It's literally rotting this world. It's rotting the buildings. It's killing all life on this planet. If you
Wait, we're
can
talking
find a
about
way to reverse that, that will also change this world. Maybe.
We're talking about the thing, Alindra, that you were looking up in the ceiling. That's
The
actually
second
a portal.
Yes. It's a portal
Not
to
a
hell.
paint- It's not
No.
a painting of a portal.
No,
It's an
the
actual.
second sun. And I point outside. There are two suns. Oh, well, we're inside, and we're inside a dome, but outside there are two suns, yes? One rises,
Yeah.
second one rises. Second sun, not the one that's supposed to be there. Not actually a sun. Actually a portal to hell.
But the thing on the ceiling is just a painting of the portal to hell.
It's a magically imbued descriptor. It shows the future, it shows what's happening, and it shows us in an ancient tongue that there is a portal to hell instead of a sun.
How
In
do
addition
you
to the
even
sun.
reverse that? That's how? Avram, do you know?
You know how to
I
open
also-
portals, and how to close them.
Well, I think I believe it's been put in the care of the Sibriax as well.
So is this going to be a conversation? Is this going to be a fight? If it's going to be a fight, can you tell us anything about arming ourselves, preparing for it? Any weaknesses?
I don't know enough about the Sibriax. Specifically, I haven't talked to them, but they tend to warp flesh. They're not very awfully fond of visitors. And yes, like any devil that exists, sometimes they can make a deal. It depends on how you approach them. But obviously, he's got a very good deal with Saranthus.
And
He's
how
absorbing
specifically
energy from this world.
So
and how
it's not.
specifically are we supposed to approach them?
Carefully?
With
I don't
me
have all
in
the
front.
answers.
Is there a place where we can do this research? I would imagine it's not common information to be sharing.
Probably the library that was burned down.
Penelope? You seem to be having fun with demons lately. Devils, creatures, who are living on the other side of that portal.
Are you speaking about my friend? I wouldn't say I was having fun. I was dead after all.
Because
Demons
of
and
Mind Wish
devils
spell.
are not anything to toy with. If we are going to consider this, we must prepare. Either that, or we are going to destroy this world. Are these the two options that we have in front of us?
We have
At
to
the moment, yes.
defeat evil.
And we have only days to decide. Is there a third option?
Where is the
No.
Sibriax?
Somewhere in the Nine Hells.
There's a demon in the Nine Hells.
A fiendish
There's a bunch of them.
type creature.
I am from another place. Demons are one thing, devils are another. If there's
I'd
a
argue
demon
more
in the
devil
Nine
than
Hells,
anything. Demons typically just want to tear your face off and wear it around. Devils, they're going for your soul.
Devils are smart, dangerous, cunning. We must prepare. We must understand, and the Lore Keeper is our best bet for this. We must get her access to as much information as we can about the thing. Sibriax.
I don't think there are many people who have survived those encounters, but that's what I would.
There in the dungeon, there
stop.
is the golden box, the golden cage that we keep her. There are also many tomes that will assist you in any research that you need. Do not open the box until you are ready to fight her.
Do not open the box until
Well,
we
I've
are
told
ready
you
to
most
fight.
of everything I know. But I think it's my time to go. And,
Avram, I have 2 questions
Yes?
before you go. Was there a sphere of annihilation in play when you fought her?
No, there wasn't.
And how initially did you trap her? Specifically, what spells?
We created a room together. Lots of spells of binding. An artificer helped us as well. That was Whittle. Rar was a powerful bard. He used spells that actually confused Saranthus into wandering into the cage. And the cage still works.
So you worked
She's
as a
still in Storm Herald. But you can't tell anyone that she's here. If anyone finds out, they will come for you.
They're already coming for us.
You don't understand. They'll all come for you.
All
Is
this
that it?
sucks. Avram, are you really just gonna wander around being undead now? Is this how this is
Yes.
gonna work?
What will you do now?
Oh no, Akira, I'm not. I have already told all of our lovely Shadowfell friends down below, as much as I've enjoyed their time as king, I have grown a bit wary of not being able to use my brain. And I would like to, well, not really move on, but what is supposed to happen for those of my kind hasn't happened because I'm undead, which is an interesting loophole. So you, Okira, are going to kill me.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
can
kill
I
you.
do it?
I'm gonna get rid of the undead part of you.
Little column A to little column B. But yes.
Wait, what are you?
You don't know?
No, I
I'm
don't.
one of the trickster gods. And let's use that term super loosely, by the way. Have you ever hustled someone? Like real bad?
No.
So I did.
No.
And yeah, yeah, so I can't die. And that's been really great for me, except for I am in an endless cycle of change. So one day I will be as powerful as any god you've ever seen, and the next day I have trouble, honestly, hoeing a field. So that's my lot in life because of the hustle that I ran. And yeah, so that's what I am. And however, funny enough, if I die and become undead, I can't actually come back. It is a little bit frustrating for me because I have fun things to do. I have worlds to see. I have people to worship me. These are things, you know, like all things.
Well,
I move
Okira,
over to Penelope and I say, "What is hustle?"
I think it's a dance move.
Okay.
It's what he did to you with the growing of gold.
So to teach. Very well. Carry on.
Do not listen to Briv. If I promise you anything, King, should you need gold, all you need to do is plant it, and gold will come for you.
And he just told thee he was a trickster god.
Okay, yeah, I may be a trickster god, but what I just said there was true. That was absolutely true. So yes. Now,
I
so
believe
if I
it.
was if I was truly a horrible trickster, I would tell all of you that Kira was actually Saranthus this whole time. She's not. Surprise.
Do you really have to go?
I'll be back. I just need to, not be dead.
Not be
I have already
undead.
left instructions with our Shadowfell friends. They believe that the heroes of the Vale are their leaders, and they may help you in the battle to come. But it's not my right, and it's honestly really not my forte to help you with this. I've already fought her once. I feel like I've done my time.
I respect that.
I don't.
You deserve to not be forced into this undeath. No one does.
Then kill me. Let me go.
Thank you for your help. It was good seeing you again. And she'll
Well,
cast
Kira-
Turn Undead. Which at my level is destroy undead if he fails his saving throw.
What's the saving throw?
I would like to back her up with prayers and anything I can do to support her.
Briv will stand
Been so
close.
long.
If it's like it's not working, he's prepared to stab.
Oh my god, it's been so long. I can't even. I can't even. It's 14.
Light blazes out of your holy symbol of Palor and washes over the skeleton, the glowing blue skeleton of Avram. And you see the bones start to burn and cinder away as his entire skeletal frame explodes in blue light and fades. And as his ashes slowly collect on the floor, a small tree grows between the stones of the kitchen.
Well, we're gonna have to make a hole now because he's gonna need some light. This
I'll
is better
take
than
care of
being a
it.
zombie. Thank you, Penelope.
Will be my
Briv
name.
steps through and steps on the tree as he starts to walk into the next room.
Penelope
No, if you
punches
come
him.
close, I will mom hand you.
I was standing right there. I said I was about to stab him. I
Roll
doubt that
initiative.
you can get to him before I step on him.
Not gonna
I
happen.
had to.
Penelope
I had to
would
be
punch
right
him in
there
the
in order
stomach
to
for
cast
that.
Turn Undead. I will.
Guys, like seriously, you're not going to stop me from doing this. Like I'm way stronger than all of you. I'm gonna just step.
Initiative.
I'm gonna step
This
on
is
him.
this is not a question of can I. This is a question of when I put my hand out to stop you, will you push past me? Briv.
You're not close. I was right there about to stab him if whatever you were doing was not working.
Yeah, I had to be near him in order to cast Turn Undead, so I would have been right there. So I will put my hand out as you go and say, Briv, you don't have to worry about him. It's fine.
I am not worried, and I continue to walk through.
I tried.
Penelope will cast plant growth or mending or whatever she can to fix that.
As Briv steps on the tree, you cast Mending. You can heal the tree and it grows. As you do so, the roots grow bigger and gold comes out of the dirt.
That's perfect.
He would. He would.
That's a perfect.
I mean,
thing.
exactly. I know this was just another one of his tricks.
But at least it's a trick that includes getting us some gold. Not that that's really helped us at all, but hey, you know. How much gold?
Oh, 100 gold pieces.
Nice.
Look, you made a profit.
And Keen, look, it's a gold tree.
We will celebrate when he has returned, if he has returned. but for now he is a ghost. We have a battle to fight. No time for games.
Huzzah.
Indeed.
All right. Everyone's in the hut. What happens?
I'm going to take one of the gold pieces and I'm going to add it to my necklace of items that I have, that I wear. The first Ouroboros.
It's got Avron's face on it.
Oh yeah, I figured.
Awesome.
Is it real gold?
Oh yeah, it's real gold.
Uh,
But yeah, definitely. Avron's face is on. Just like one is like the savior Avron, and then the other one is just like the.
not.
Yeah. Buddy Avron on the other side.
There you go. All right. We've all got some reading to do. I know Kara will hold out her hand to Alindra and say, "Can I see the book?"
And I hand it to her.
Before we leave this place, if we are to go into the dungeon, none can know that we are going, none can follow us, none can touch the box at all. This is death. For others to find out about it is death for all of us, including this world. And if
Maybe we
there
should-
is one against us, even among us, it will be death. We must think about this. We must understand this. And if there is someone on Storm Herald that wishes us ill, they cannot find out about what we are about to do. We must go to the dungeon soon. We must not touch that box, and no one can know.
We should
I
clear
would
Storm
agree.
Herald to keep the people safe, to keep us safe. We should find a place for all of the people here.
There is nowhere safe below Storm Herald. And Storm
Yes,
Herald is the
safe
prison for the most dangerous thing in this world. Nothing will be safe until we deal with what is in this place. So we must act quickly.
Do we know how to get there?
Being
Very
perfectly honest, I'm not sure exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I've heard we're talking to a Sybil Rex. I've heard we are, possibly summoning a phoenix, which still seems like the best plan. Or we are just walking down to look at the box and read books. What?
The books
So
will
the
tell
process-
us how to best deal with the demon or devil. Then we will decide from there if it is the demon or devil that we are dealing with, or Plan B.
Very well. I'm going to do something useful with my time while whoever is doing their studying. And Briv just wants to go outside. He's going to get Spiral, take some of the other griffins and see if they will fly with him. He's going to patrol around Storm Herald. He's not going to be any real help reading
As
about
he
books
flies
because
out, I send him a message saying, "Have fun. Don't fly too close to the Hellgate."
Briv, can you roll with advantage? Roll an animal handling check.
12.
You've sort of established Spiral as the alpha for the group of griffins. So if the griffins are fighting alone, they will fight alongside Spiral.
Very
Anyone
good.
else leaving the hut?
Well,
Are we
we have
going
to
directly?
start the research, I think.
Okay. Alindra, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Hmm.
Who's with Alindra?
I think if
Oh, I
we
need-
are. Yeah.
I need you to be an 18.
Portraits for today are 3 and 2.
Ooh.
Saving throw is not good. 8.
Okay.
Oof.
Who's with Alindra?
I think we were all
Yeah, we're all
Getting
still
up
there
to
except
go.
for Riv.
Okay, so Briv's flying. Alindra's eyes go black.
Again?
We see you. And we know where you are.
if I see that, I'll reach out and I want to quickly cast Lesser Restoration and see if that helps.
Wait.
Lesser Restoration breaks her out of it.
No.
Yeah, just as soon as I see her eyes go black, I'm gonna grab her and cast this.
You hear thunder.
Apparently, your hut was a good idea. They decided to come looking as soon as we left it.
It didn't work. They know that we're here. The sound. Is that them?
Penelope's gonna run up to the top and
Does
look
Britt
out.
see anything? Does he hear the thunder?
Yeah, you see the sun turn red.
Which one?
The good sun, the original sun, grows dim and becomes the color of red. And you can feel a thundering sound far in the distance, even
I mean,
past the
Britt's going to
mountains.
return to share that news if they don't see that the sun has turned red.
Okay.
What?
We're out of time? What's happening?
I
The
thought we
sun
had a
has
couple of
turned red.
days.
Alindra,
Do
what
I-
is this?
I don't know.
They found us. They found us. They're coming for
Who
her.
are they? I used to be able to stop them. What was it? Why can't I remember?
Do I feel any
So-
change with Paylor, with my connection to Paylor when this happens?
Your connection to Paylor is still weakened.
But it's there.
Since you've ever been to this world. It's there, but it's still weakened.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to move fast. We don't have a choice.
Where are we going?
We've got to go get the books. And
So thou thinkest we have enough time to read books?
Can we move, Storm Herald?
no, I think
High
we need
up
to
into the
move.
clouds.
Yes, we can.
Wherever are you having this conversation, like in the courtyard, perhaps, or now that everyone's back together?
I mean, at this point, we
Valisar-
have to have these as, I think, as
I'm
messages and/or conversations in the hut.
left the
Valisar
hut.
approaches the Dragonborn from the Nintervale. Is everything? What is happening? The sky has turned red. Sun.
I
Did
don't
you
know.
find what you were looking for?
I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. Warn everybody. Be prepared. There might be enemies along the way.
What did you find in the library?
More than I wanted to.
Ash and death. 'Tis nothing but the end of the world yet again. We shall prevail. Nothing to worry about, dear friend.
Valisar the Dragonborn kind of strokes the scar on his face and his burnt, shriveled arm. Well, I'm used to that.
And you survived it, and we'll survive this.
I'm sure.
Great warrior, go gather the people, get them ready for a takeoff. If we must be prepared to fight, they should be ready for it as well. Keep them calm. Put them on their battle stations. Go. We have much to do. And we start
Okay.
to get to work.
Valisar
With
walks away.
Avram said that you are the commander of the Shadow People.
Aye.
We need to get them onto Storm Herald quickly.
Why?
Would you
They're
ask them?
shadow people.
They
To
are
protect
our
us.
army. They will listen to us. Avram
If
said
they
so.
choose to,
They will fight for us.
I think we may need their aid.
There are too many of them to fit into Storm Herald. I mean, aren't there 10,000? Isn't that what I
Yeah,
heard
oh
you-
yeah. There's too many, but they will keep step, and they
Take
can adjust to the
What?
speed of Storm Herald.
Hear me out without immediately dismissing this thought, but do we have any idea of how Saranthus would fare in the Nine Hells with as many enemies as she has apparently made there.
Are you saying drive Storm Herald into the portal?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Penelope.
It sounds terrifying, but also kind of like it.
Huzzah!
We'd have to get all the people off before we do that.
Naturally. Probably ourselves as well, but I am just simply saying, if we have a prisoner this dangerous, why don't we let her loose in another place where we have all kinds of dangerous beings and let them destroy one another?
Isn't
Yes.
isn't
Fly
the
it
one
into the sun.
Yes.
Do you
Isn't the
have any
sun.
thoughts on this?
Yes, let's do this. Penelope is so game for this.
I do not think that magic works as easily as you think. I do not know how far away that sun is, or if we can make it in the days that we have, or if she would die in that place, or if she would come back even worse. There are too many
Powers
unanswered
that are
questions.
there. Should she find allies there, the things that live there want to cause chaos and destruction. They want
Penelope,
souls.
thine
This-
friend, can we perhaps parley and see who is an ally to Saranthus? I get the
Penelope, what's your
impression that they
friend's
hate
name?
her.
I don't know my friend's name, but I do believe he will help us.
He refused to give me his name.
A friend has no
Well,
name.
Maybe you weren't.
His friend has no name. And those that withhold information like that are not worth trusting.
Alindra, even Briv understands that a demon or a fiend cannot give thou its true name. You would hold the power over it at that point in time. Of course it will not give you its name.
You do not trust my friend, but I do not understand why. He is going to help us.
We
He
don't
brought me
have
back
to
from-
trust any
Did
of
you not
these
see
creatures.
the tools of enslavement surrounding it?
I believe I had to give him a chance. We should give everyone a chance to prove themselves.
Here's a dumb question. We're supposed to go into the Nine Hells to find that Sibriex who knows how to cure everybody, which would weaken Saranthus so that we can destroy Saranthus. But we don't know how to get to the Nine Hells. And then Briv suggests we just fly Storm Herald there. So why don't we just fly Storm Herald there and go look for the
Exactly.
Sibriex? Not leave,
Finally.
not let it go. Ride with it.
Certainly. I mean, what I'm saying is we can even leave Storm Herald there and allow Storm Herald, keep her imprisoned. She is no longer on this plane of existence.
Alindra, it's okay. Is this a good
I
plan?
don't know if it's
I've
okay,
been
but
there
it's an
before.
idea.
It's not so bad.
Well, Kira, you would willingly choose to go into the Nine Hells.
If it would just help us destroy Saranthus to save the world, yes.
We don't even know that the Sibriex is in the Hells.
I thought Avram told us that's where it
Avram
was.
Told us.
No, Avon said that it was that the deal was made with a creature from the Hells, but we don't know that it lives there.
He indicated that it was probably there.
The least we can do right now is prepare. We need those books. We must find them. It may
You go
tell
in-
us a way of getting to that place. So, can we have this conversation as we move to the dungeon? And Alindra, if you believe, Lore Master, that you are fully cured and you can get near the box, then you should come. But you know better than all your condition.
I do not know anything of my condition.
Nor do we. So if
I
you
have
want to
no
enter this
control.
place
I
or
don't,
stay
I don't
back,
think. I don't think Alindra even knew that happened. With her
we
eyes
explain
going
it
black.
now. We explain it now so that you understand. The same as the battle before.
Do I have any sense if what I did cured her or just stopped the connection?
It didn't cure her. It didn't stop the connection. As you're talking about this, Lindra, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Beat a 3.
14.
Okay. I don't think I've rolled that low the entire campaign. Again, your eyes go black, and they say, "We see you. We know what you have." But something's different. You see an army of undead in the distance on the other side of the mountains. And you can feel like you can say something back.
Jeez.
While she's thinking about that, without it taking any actual game time, Briv is storming out, and I intend to fly spiral up toward the portal to see if it actually is further away than everyone thinks.
Oh, yeah. It's high up. Okay. As you go up, yes, the air gets thin, and Spiral has a harder time flying up. However, as a DM, I will say, in the very eclectic history of D&D and many other realms, weirder things have happened. So,
in this game, weirder things have happened.
if you've read any of the preludes to Dragonlance, you may have noted some of those weird things.
Right.
So there is some precedent to Riv's insane theory.
Right. Okay.
It's not my theory.
Oh no,
it's impressive.
Briv believes that we could get there, and he can begins to fly back when he feels like we could.
This is me yes-anding. So, as always.
Oh, okay. I will say back to the army of the dead. What do you want?
You see 10,000 undead with your voice say, "What do you want?" to all of the other undead surrounding them.
Do they respond?
They retreat and say, "No." And your connection breaks.
And I'm like in the process of getting ready to cast Lesser Restoration again. Oh, what happened?
Her eyes are still black.
Oh. Then I'm probably casting Lesser Restoration again.
Okay, you knock her out of it.
Yeah, second time. I can't keep doing that. This is getting bad.
She cannot come to the place. She cannot control it. We will find it, and we will bring the book to you. Is this fair?
I controlled it.
You controlled
No,
what?
you did not. And this is the second time. The first time you did not even know.
All of the dead?
Yes.
That's creepy.
Yes.
I think I
Somehow
agree with Keen, though. I don't think you should...
It has to be a trick, a trap.
Stay here and let us bring the book to you. You should not be near the thing that they want or don't want.
I agree.
Someone must stay with her while we search for this place. Who will come with me?
I will.
Okay, who's going to the dungeon?
If Briv is back, he will stay with Alindra. If he's not back yet, then
I'll totally allow you to be back. Yeah,
You might
after
not know.
Spiral is
Yeah.
covered in frost as well as Briv's eyebrows and any facial hair he has.
Awesome.
Oh.
We can make it to the portal.
Good to know. Very good.
I shall stay with
go to
Alindra.
the dungeons.
Should I knock her out if she goes black?
No. No.
Do we?
How should
we
I
think
deal
we're
with
gonna-
it? I don't have healing touch.
Just wait.
Or Kira
Well-
should stay.
Yeah, I mean, if we think you're going to encounter issues going down there, then Riv will be much more helpful for you to go down, and I can stay here and at least.
Or
Try
if we
to-
encounter
I would
issues
agree with
down
that.
there and we
Please.
need healed, then we are likewise in the same amount of trouble.
Well, I can't be in two places at once.
Exactly.
Provide
So
some
that's where my
healing.
elbow would do the trick with
You can keep
Alindra.
your elbow to yourself.
Nothing
Thank you
a
very
wish
much.
spell wouldn't fix. I'm just saying.
It's true,
Right.
but guess
Shout.
you can't cast a wish
Yeah,
spell
true.
anymore.
We can use your elbow downstairs. Come.
Very well.
Let us
I'm
go.
just trying to be helpful.
Okay, as Alindra stays behind and everyone else goes into the dungeons.
Oh, wait, am I-
seem
Is
to have-
wait.
Kira staying with me?
Or Kira
Oh,
staying.
okay, okay. Oh, Kira's staying with you.
I'm staying with. I will
Penelope
sit next to
Half-Pint.
Alindra, and
Right.
we'll like face each other, and I will open up the book of the Phoenix, and I will
Yeah.
say,
Riv,
"Well,
Steel Marrow, Penelope Half-Pint, and Dean, Dean, Keen Day of Breath. Yeah, you know Dean. Damn, why did you make another deal? Sorry, supernatural reference. Bro. So King Day of Breath goes down into the dungeon. It's almost as if detect magic has been cast upon you. You run into several false walls that are either illusion or have traps upon them, but you can see the way as if you have guidance.
Averin.
And
Only
you
me or
find-
all of us?
Everyone in the Heroes of the Vale now has this ability, specifically to Storm Herald. And as you move through the dungeons, you find a room made of entirely of curved black stone, and in the center is a tremendous, well, not tremendously large, a very, very, very large golden box with runes and gears on it floating midair in the center of that room. There are books lining the walls,
Ugh.
including one device, rather small on a desk, that seems to be charting the movement of the conjunction.
What kind
Press
of book
up.
are we looking for again?
Is this the
First,
box we're not
we
supposed
cannot
to touch?
Touch it. Do not touch it at all. Do not get close. Do not even think about touching it. If any of
should
you
kept
have
it with
any
us.
thought to touch it, make the others aware. We cannot disturb this place. The
Let's
book we are
just-
looking for is about Sybarex? Is that the name?
Sybilrex. Very well.
Sybriaxes.
Sybarex. Sybriax.
Sybriax.
You do find a manual of fiends. You find a book called the Fiend Folio.
I would take the Fiend Folio.
Very rough around the edges. It has Avron's name in it, strangely enough. Not that he wrote it, he just wrote his own name in it, so everyone knew that this was his. And you do find a listing for the Sybriax.
Are there
And
any
any
other
inform-
books that stand out in this place? And did this
Books
book
about
stand out?
undeath, about traveling the plains. There is a weird guide to godhood book that seems to be half written.
I will take that. It is suspicious.
I think everything in there is
Briv
suspicious."
is looking for any books that make
you're-
him stronger.
Penelope is looking at
He's
the
throwing,
contraption.
he's throwing anything else that's not that out of the bookshelf.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
you can't okay, I'm going to go. You find a book that you don't get the words on, but the art seems to indicate some kind of old old manual from long ago. That kind of seems to say, like, if you read this, you're going to be stronger.
Yeah, I'll take that for sure.
Yeah, not necessarily of this world, but maybe perhaps another.
Whatever.
Penelope's gonna look at this contraption. Does she understand how it works? Can she read it?
In 3 days, yes. Oh, you don't. It is completely. It is a device that charts the convergence. I mean, not the convergence, but the conjunction. And it looks like from your reading that in 3 days, the conjunction will take place. And it lists several of the realms it will take everyone to. One
Are these realms named?
A few of them are, not all of them. One is Faerun. One is a world called Kryn. One is the Nine Hells.
That is a problem. Have we found what we came for? Are there other things to note?
Currently, I need Kira to roll a perception check.
Okay. That's a 13.
The book on the Phoenix is missing. Someone has taken it off you.
While we were reading it?
Okay.
I hand it back to her. No, I'm just joking.
Wait, we were literally reading it when everyone left.
Yeah, like
you were
the-
saying
it
that you
was
wanted to
sitting
read it
between us.
when everyone left, but I was letting them get to their part. So as you reach for the book, it's missing.
What happened? You gave this to me and now it's gone.
I gave it to you. What did you do with it?
I thought I had it right under my arm. I thought I had it the whole time. I'll start frantically looking around, seeing if I can find where it's gone.
Yeah, I can't locate it today.
You definitely did not drop it.
I just handed it to you.
I know, and I had it under my arm. I was just about to pull it out and put it down. We were going to start reading it. Are we still in the
Ideally,
bubble?
with legendary artifacts here.
No, you're not in the bubble. You're.
No,
I don't think you are.
Yeah, I had said that we were going to put any safety precautions in place anywhere we went to have these conversations. So
Okay,
we could
yeah,
be in
you're
the
in the-
corridor
you're in the
and
bubble.
be in a new hut, which means if no one would have been able to get in to get it at that point.
Yeah, because
Which
she
means
would
one of us would have it.
She would have left because we were thinking about going into the thing. You had your blackout moments, cast Lesser
Mhm.
Restoration. We would have gone back into the hut to sit and read the book. And so in that time, book gone.
In that time,
All right,
someone lifted the book off of you. Very recently.
Unless it was Eberron, which it could have been. It could have been
It
Eberron.
seems like
Tried to stomp on the tree.
Exactly the sort of thing he would do.
after telling us it was a good idea, it was something I didn't want to do, which probably means he wanted me to do it, which meant he wouldn't have taken it. But I don't know.
Okay, so
And she'll
who else did we speak to?
You spoke to Valisar.
I'm gonna go look for him. It wouldn't have been long. It would have been super, like, a moment ago, because it would have been just barely after everybody left.
Where's the first place you're heading?
It would have been outside. I would have gone outside to scope out and see whether I could see him. He is another gold dragon. He's probably the only other gold dragon
by
born
the
here.
tree, holding the book.
I'm gonna stalk up to him. Why?
Because we were meant to rule Orkira. Look at what they did to this world. Look at all of these fools, even the people in this, what do you call this, a town, a floating town? They hate our kind. We were meant to rule all of them. And this is our chance. We can use this book. We can summon the Phoenix and burn this world and save it for ourselves.
I'm just gonna snatch the book away from him.
You
saw.
You would have to rush him.
I will. Oh yeah.
I can see out of the hut. So
Yeah.
do I see this
you
going
see this
on?
happening.
Oh, I'm
Kira.
out there
So
and helping.
Yeah, if I
Backing her
walk
up.
up,
Who do you
I'm gonna-
think summoned the Phoenix in the first place?
you said that it was outsiders who came and summoned it, and it was some kind of cult.
I am the cult, Okira.
Yeah,
We were meant to rule.
I'm grabbing it from him. I want it out of his hands. I don't care what I gotta do.
All right, and that's the end of Heroes of the Vale for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. There is a prelude. It's not a prelude. A
Does it
post scene.
include?
A
Does it
post-credit scene,
include
if
me
you will.
tackling this asshole? Because I'm gonna. I've spent 1,000 years learning how to use this new body of mine. This guy's getting tackled to the ground. There you go. For
In a
next
large,
week, where we can-
like I enjoy your cutscene more than mine.
Would you like me to describe it more?
No, I imagine X gonna give it to you as playing, and you're just like stomping.
There's a whole bunch of people, Storm Herald folk in the back, were like, "Damn no!" And
Just
she
a muscled
like,
up Okira, just like with
pile drivers.
just with gym
him.
clothes on.
No, this guy's going down.
Somewhere in a dusty old laboratory full of spiders and flapping bats. A cylinder covered in steel. Steel slowly moves up by a series of gears and chains, and inside of the there is a glass, massive, essentially jar, a glass cylinder. In it is the floating body of Avram. It's filled to the brim with blue liquid. And it opens up and all of the fluid pours out. And you see a bald, bearded Avram with a mechanical arm crawl out of the goo. I really wish I had packed some pants. And that's the end of the episode, everyone. Thank you for watching Heroes of the Vale. Thank you to the amazing cast that always makes me look far better than I should be looking. TJ Storm playing Keen, Hope Lavelle playing Penelope, Adam Bradford playing Briv, Lauren Urban playing Orkira, and of course Jen Kretschmer playing Alindra. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching and for this cast being continuously amazing and coming up with terrifying ideas I would have never thought of. Briv. Thank you so much. I can't wait for next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.